Prologue, the falling stars. In the distant skies, stars weren't just celestial lights, they were wishes, hopes, and dreams cast into the heavens by those who believed in magic. But one night, the stars began to fall, tumbling down to earth like glowing tears. The world grew dimmer, and whispers spread of the Starcatcher, a mythical sailor who traveled the skies, mending broken constellations and restoring hope. No one knew if the Starcatcher was real, until a young girl named Lyra found a fallen star, a star in the forest. Lyra lived on the edge of a vast forest in the quiet village of Novalis, where dreams were whispered but rarely spoken aloud. One evening, as she wandered among the trees, she saw a flash of light streak across the sky and land with a soft thud nearby. Curious, Lyra followed the glow until she found a small star, no bigger than her hand, nestled in the moss. Its light flickered weakly, and it let out a soft hum, like a tiny heartbeat. "Don't be afraid," Lyra whispered, cradling it gently. The star pulsed brighter, as if in response. Before she could decide what to do, a gust of wind swirled around her, and a great ship descended from the sky. Its sails shimmered like auroras, and its hull was made of dark wood that glowed faintly with constellations. A tall figure stepped down the gangplank. They wore a long coat that sparkled like the night sky and a hat adorned with tiny moving stars. "I am the Starcatcher," the figure said. "And you've found something very precious." The Starcatcher's task. The Starcatcher introduced themselves as Captain Nix and explained the falling stars. Each star carries the dreams of the world. When people lose hope or forget to dream, the stars weaken and fall. My job is to return them to the skies. Lyra looked at the tiny star in her hands. "This one is still alive. Can I help?" Nix studied her for a moment. "A starcatcher's journey is dangerous. The skies are vast, and shadows lurk where light is scarce. But if you're willing to learn, the ship will accept you." Lyra hesitated only briefly before nodding. "I'll do whatever it takes." With that, Nix held out their hand, and Lyra stepped aboard the Celestial Gale, the legendary starship, sailing the sky. The Celestial Gale sailed higher and higher, leaving the world below. Lyra marveled at the endless expanse of stars, constellations swirling like rivers of light. Nix taught her how to use the Starcatcher's net, a shimmering mesh that could gather fallen stars without breaking them. Lyra learned to listen to the stars' whispers, each one carrying a unique wish or dream. One night, as they sailed through a meteor storm, Nix showed her a constellation shaped like a heart. "That's the dreamer's crown," Nix explained. It was the first constellation ever made, born from the dreams of a child who wished for love to conquer fear. Lyra stared at it, her own heart aching. "What happens if the stars keep falling?" "The constellations will fade," Nix said gravely. "And so will the dreams of the world." The shadow of doubt. As they journeyed deeper into the sky, the ship encountered patches of darkness where no stars shone. Nix warned Lyra, "This is the Veil of Doubt, where shadows feast on lost dreams. Be vigilant." But as they sailed through the veil, the Celestial Gale was attacked by shadowy creatures with glowing red eyes. They clawed at the ship, trying to tear the captured stars from its hold. Lyra panicked, but Nix remained calm, using a staff of light to fend off the creatures. "Remember, Lyra," Nix called out. "The light within you is stronger than their darkness." Lyra closed her eyes, gripping the Starcatcher's net. She thought of the little star she'd found and the dreams it carried. When she opened her eyes, the net glowed with a brilliant light, driving the shadows away. The Cavern of Lost Dreams. The Cavern of Lost Dreams was a vast, dark expanse, its walls covered in faintly glowing fragments of broken wishes. In the center of the cavern lay the heart of hope, its light barely flickering. As Lyra approached, a colossal shadow emerged, its form ever shifting and its voice like thunder. "You cannot take the heart," it growled. "The world is full of doubt and fear. Dreams are fragile, and hope is a lie." Lyra's hands trembled, but she stepped forward. "Dreams might be fragile, but they're worth fighting for. And hope isn't a lie, it's what keeps us going." The shadow laughed, its form growing larger. "Prove it, little one." Lyra closed her eyes and thought of the tiny star she'd saved. the villagers who needed their dreams, and the beauty of the constellations. She let her belief in the magic of dreams fill her heart. When she opened her eyes, her pendant glowed brightly, casting a beam of light that pierced the shadow. The creature howled and dissolved into nothingness, restoring the stars. With the heart of hope in hand, Lyra returned to the celestial gale. Together, she and Nyx placed the heart back in the dreamer's crown. The constellation flared to life, its light spreading across the sky. One by one, the fallen stars were restored, their dreams returning to the world below. Epilogue: The new Starcatcher. When the journey was complete, Nyx turned to Lyra. "You've done more than restore the stars, you've shown the world that even the smallest light can chase away the deepest darkness." Nyx handed her the Starcatcher's net. "The stars need someone who believes in them. Will you take my place?" Lyra nodded, her heart swelling with pride. From that day on, she sailed the skies as the new Starcatcher, ensuring that dreams would always find their way home. And every night, when people looked up at the stars, they felt a little braver, a little kinder, and a little more full of hope.